Do you want to come see my office?
I would love to, thank you.
So it's a little bit of a tighter squeeze than most, just because this is my space only, so you're not really hanging out in here much. My favorite thing, my desk, I will end on this and we can go through it in detail, but I want to start with my absolute favorite thing.
Which is?
It's my fish tank. So this is my 60-litre tropical fish tank. It's looking a bit greeny now. I've just put like a plant liquid in and it changes the color just for a little bit, but the fish are all good. So I've had this for, well, this specific tank for only a few months, but I've been having fish for quite a few years now. I absolutely love them. And a lot of these are actually second-gen fish. So I've had them since they were fry in my previous aquariums, and they've grown up and they're super healthy. But we also have shrimp and snails in here. Just below this, what it sits on, and we were a little bit worried that it was going to be a bit too heavy, but it's been okay in the end, is this IKEA storage. It's the only closed storage in my office, and it's really miscellaneous items. My more important things are always out so I can reach them at any one time. So this is very much miscellaneous headphones. I have my aquarium light, little bits and pieces. I also have drawers for wires and cables, as everyone does. I have my bags for my laptops and my work, and then my personal laptops. I have my sketchbooks and just notepads because we always accumulate so many.
Oh, don't put that away. Show us some.
I can show you my newest one, which is quite a big size. It's not done yet. I do want to emphasize that. But it's something I've been working on to recreate an earlier drawing I did in a lot better
Who's that
style.
based on?
This is actually a picture of myself. I have to use myself as reference so that it doesn't look weird. The next drawer, miscellaneous, I cut Mo's hair. So I have to have all of the right kit to do so because he has to keep up appearances for his YouTube channel. So I have the scissors, I have the brush and the clippers, and we try and do as good a job as possible.
How do you learn haircutting techniques?
Lots of YouTube tutorials, a lot of trial and error. It hasn't always gone to plan, and I think we're at a good stage now. And then my final drawer is my fish drawer, so lots of cleaning stuff, lots of different liquids and liquid carbons to keep it all going, medicines, things like that, and lots of fish food. I think that's everything for around here. Like I said, it's my favorite space. But I'm going to take you to my second favorite space, which has to be my books and my pieces of artwork. I did not do any of these, so this is not mine. This was given to me by my mum. I'm a massive Tolkien fan, specifically Lord of the Rings. We also have a drawing done by a local artist. I don't remember his name. He's based in a town like 20 minutes away. And then also my AC/DC poster. I'm a big fan of rock and specifically AC/DC. So just below I have, is this called a console table? On my like little bookshelf that I put on its side to fit in. I have a few plants on top. Ignore my seemingly unhealthy plant. It's trying its best. Anyway, I have a lot of books. One day we'll have a library. That day is not today, but we're getting there. Most of my books are horror, fantasy, a lot of little economic books, things to do with the healthcare industry as well. So I've picked them up along the way. Currently I'm learning Chinese, so I have a few Chinese books with phrases in that Mo helps me with.
Do you have an all-time favorite book out of all of these books?
No, I do not. I love too many different types of books for many different reasons.
Can you name a top 5?
Top 5? Let me have a look. This is
Or just ones that come to your mind instantly when you think of your favorite books.
Okay, where is it? At the moment, A Trillion Trees, How We Reforest Our World by Fred Pierce. So good. So good. But for a like a story, non-fiction, for a fiction book, I love T Kingfisher, the hollow places and the twisted ones. They're not scary, but they're so visual, and she is a wonderful author. I think it's, I don't know. Anyway, ones I do not recommend are Splatterpunk, and I do have a few of those. I've just seen them then, right next to my favorites.
Why so?
Oh my God, I can't eat anything after them. They make me so nauseous, but I'm such a horror lover. I have to read some to say I've read Splatterpunk, so I'm not even gonna say the names. But yeah, like I said, lots of books. And then down in the corner, I have my photo albums. I'm a lover of a printed image. So we have years and years worth of images down there.
Including our wedding pictures.
Including our wedding pictures, and our wedding album is down there. So yeah, lots of love for this piece of my office. But I think that's it. So let's move on to the desk.
Okie dokie. Oh, before we move on to the desk, what's that I see on your wall? That's quite cool.
Yeah, so, well, I do count this as part of my desk because it's in arm's reach. These are actually my Sony WXM.
It's the 5th edition,
It's the 5th one, and I absolutely love them. And they have, you know, you have like a whole app for these headphones. And Mo in his office tour says he doesn't really care much for immersion. I am the complete opposite. I have to not be able to hear anything around me to enjoy my music. I have it so loud. Mo wants me to go to, what are they called? An audiologist?
Where they test your hearing. I have no idea what they're called.
Because I have listened to very loud rock music since I was about 15.
You shout sometimes.
And I shout because I can't hear anything. So these do not help that, but I love them. They're so good. And then I think, yeah, it brings me onto my desk, which is a pride and joy, because I actually made this desk with my dad. It's it looks like a floating desk, and let me just move my chair out the way. I'm just gonna sit on it. Can I sit on it?
Yeah, of course.
Does that look good?
Yeah.
Okay. So my dad and I made this desk quite recently, actually. So it's meant to be a floating desk, but we had to make some amendments, so it has one leg, but it works really well. It's quite narrow, and I know it looks like I don't have a lot of space, but I have more than enough space with such a big monitor. It looks like I'm right there with my monitor, but I do have enough space. I painted it the same color as the walls because I think it just looks so nice and cohesive. But it's literally just made out of recycled wood, and underneath you can actually tell, but that'll be too hard to catch on camera, but it's literally just recycled pieces, planks of wood put together. But I love it, it's great. I'm gonna start on this side and then just work my way across. Okay.
So what do you have on the left side?
So on my left side, let me just pull myself right in. Here you can't really see, but this is actually a cable management cage underneath the desk.
Let's show the audience.
It didn't fit quite on because of my leg, but I make sure that I have these 3 cables available at all times, because this is one, my headphone, the other is my work headphones, which are here, the JBL, and then I have my iPhone cable, so always got something to charge. I have my laptop stand. It isn't very tall. Mo has a much taller one, but for what I do, it never leaves its spot. It works just fine. I really just use that for my work laptop. This is my personal one, and it gives me a good height for my webcam.
And what's the laptop you're using?
I'm currently using a MacBook Pro M2.
No, it's a 2020 M1 MacBook Pro 13-inch.
As you probably can tell, Mo is very much into tech, and I get whatever I get.
And that's your personal laptop, right?
Yeah, it's so good. I love this. It does everything I need it to do. It never overheats. It's more than enough RAM for what I use it for.
And what's your work laptop situation?
My work laptop is a Dell. We call it an engineering laptop at work because we have to run heavy stuff on it.
Show us.
I want to hide my employee number. It's just a Dell, but it is a touchscreen, and I never realized it was a touchscreen until the first time I went to this site, in which I have to go on a plane to get to. So it was only until then when I pulled it out that the screen moved and I was like, oh my gosh, it's the touch screen. It's amazing. So let me put that back.
So you have both a Windows and a Mac.
I do, and for what I do, I need a Windows because I work in Power BI. Power BI doesn't run on the Mac iOS, not yet anyway. So we have to use that at work. But for my personal life, Mac is more than enough. I love it. And we got it secondhand. That was a secondhand purchase, wasn't it?
It was, indeed.
How much did you get that for secondhand? And how much did you save?
I bought it for, I think, $950 US, but we bought it quite a while ago, so obviously now it retails for a lot less.
Yeah, but it's great.
All right, what else do you have on your desk? I can see other things.
Along, so I have it's a mouse pad, but it's basically a desk cover because it's massive. This was Mo's originally. I absolutely love it. It means I always forget where my coaster is, and it means I can never get coaster rings on my desk because it's so big. I have my phone holders, and these are so good because at work I have to use an authenticator to get onto certain things, and the authenticator is on my phone and it requires facial recognition to open it and unlock. So when I prompt it on my work computer, all I have to do is look over, my phone's already facing me, and it'll unlock. And so it makes the process a lot easier. So I have one for my personal and for my work phone, both iPhones. This is Mo's old iPhone 12 mini. These were discontinued, like the mini versions of phones, but it's so good having such a small phone. And oh, go on.
I wish they made minis still. I would have the 15 mini or the 16 mini. I'd buy the newest mini instantly.
It's so good. Mo keeps saying that once he gets a new phone, I'm gonna get his 14 Pro, whatever tablet of a phone it is, and I'm like, no.
14 Pro Max,
I don't
that's
want
what I
that.
have.
That's the size of my head. I do not need that big phone. I'm happy with my mini. I do have my HP monitor. I don't know how big it's how big is this?
32 inch.
32 inch, but it's quite big. I think it's a TV, but it works really well as my monitor, and it gives me enough screen real estate to do what I need to do. Like I can see multiple things all at once just on one monitor. We also got this secondhand on Facebook Marketplace for like £130.
It was £110, which is about $130.
Okay.
Yeah, close.
But it's really good. It's held up really well. We've had this for about 2 years now. And I've always gone back to it time and time again. So it's really good. I have my monitor light, which has lots of different little modes. I like it on this, it's like neutral light color. I don't like really cold light. And then you can also increase it, decrease it. And because when I work in like pitch black, I turn off the lights, I shut my blinds, and it's like my little cave. But because I have to go on work calls and no one can see me, this regularly is like this, and that's really gonna blind the camera. But it has to face me so people can actually see me on our Teams calls.
So it's multi-purpose.
It's multi-purpose, it's really good, I love it. My mechanical keyboard now, it's lit up, you can see the colors. Let me remember how to change the modes. Don't zoom in too much, I need to clean it. So it's got, and you can change the color. Oh wait, there we go.
I don't think the camera, oh, actually it picked it up. Yeah.
Did it get it?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I love it. I'm gonna do this, wait.
It does make a nice sound.
I love it, it's wonderful. I've had that a year, would you say?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. This mouse, in Mo's video, we said we had like 10 mice in the house. This is the newest one that I've been using because we needed to test out a few different ones on Mo's computer. Very standard mouse. I don't even know the brand of this, but we have so many in this house. It pretty much changes every week depending what
it's
setup.
It's very basic.
What setup we're trying.
It's $10, so.
Last few things on my desk. Well, last thing is this laptop iPad holder. I put my books on there. Someone actually commented that they saw the Rhodia notebook. I could not believe she saw from that picture that this notebook was in there. But yeah, it's a great notebook. I really like it. The laptop holder and stand, so good. And you can actually amend the width. So depending on what laptop or whatever you're putting in it, you can move them about. I can't remember how to do that right now. but it's useful and I have used it before. So let me just put those back in.
That looks like a very useful tool.
It's so good because I used to put them away in the drawers, the laptops and iPads, but I'm always reaching for them. And like I said, if I'm always reaching for them, I like to have them in arm's reach and organized. So that's pretty much my desk. It does lead me on to this very strange looking addition to my office, and this was my creative idea. I constantly forgot where like my pens were, and I'm always drawing or always writing something. And the thing is, with the type of art I do, I didn't put that there, but the type of art that I do, I need different size pens, if that makes sense. And this helps me because I know it goes smallest to largest, and there's always 2 of each. So I know straight away which one I'm picking out. Makes it so much easier. They're always here, they're never missing. It's great. But I think that pretty much covers everything in my office and my desk setup.
I think so too.
Yeah, so thank you for joining me today in my space, and we'll see you in the next one.
We will. Thank you.
Thank you.